The ancient Egyptian town of Nefer was a bustling jewel, a vibrant hub of activity and culture. Its streets were filled with merchants selling their wares, children playing, and artisans crafting their masterpieces. It stood proudly on the banks of the mighty Nile, a river that had shaped its destiny for centuries. The town's very existence was intertwined with the ebb and flow of the river's waters. The river was their lifeblood, a source of sustenance and prosperity. Its waters nourished the land, making it fertile and green, a stark contrast to the surrounding desert. It provided water for their crops and fish for their tables, ensuring that the people of Nefer never went hungry. The river's bounty was a gift that kept on giving. The people of Nefer were prosperous and happy, their lives enriched by the river's generosity. They celebrated their good fortune with festivals and rituals, honoring the Nile for its blessings. They revered the Nile as a god, a divine force that sustained their way of life. Daily prayers and offerings were made to ensure its continued favor. They offered daily prayers and thanks for its bounty. One night, everything changed. The once reliable river began to falter, and a sense of unease spread through the town. The Nile, their provider, their protector, betrayed them. The waters that had once flowed so abundantly began to recede, leaving the people of Nefer in shock and disbelief. The once flowing water slowed to a trickle, then it stopped completely. The lifeline of Nefer had vanished, leaving the town's future uncertain. The riverbed lay bare, cracked and dry under the scorching desert sun. Panic gripped the town. Their lifeline had vanished, and with it their hopes and dreams for the future. The people of Nefer faced an uncertain fate, their once thriving community now on the brink of despair. The elders discovered a terrifying legend, one that had been whispered through generations, shrouded in mystery and fear. It spoke of Pharaoh Saha, a cruel ruler obsessed with immortality, whose reign was marked by tyranny and an insatiable quest for eternal life. He had constructed a magnificent tomb filled with unimaginable riches, treasures that would ensure his journey to the afterlife was unparalleled. Legend claimed Sahur placed a powerful curse on his tomb, a curse so potent that it would bring calamity to those who dared to violate his eternal rest. It was a warning to anyone who dared disturb his eternal slumber, a dire prophecy etched in stone and papyrus. The legend whispered of the Nile's fury, a river that was the lifeblood of Egypt, turning against the people. It spoke of the river running dry if the pharaoh's rest was disturbed. Fear settled upon Nefer, a village that depended on the Nile for survival. They believed Sahur's tomb was the cause of their misfortune, the reason behind the river's sudden disappearance.
"Look at this!" the elder exclaimed, his voice trembling with fear and urgency. "The elder says the curse is real." His words echoed through the crowd, sending shivers down their spines. "We must have disturbed Pharaoh Sahur's tomb!" The villagers gasped, their faces pale with dread, realizing the gravity of their actions.
Meneptah understood the risks. He knew the dangers of the unforgiving desert. He had heard the whispers of the curse. Despite the fear that gripped the town, Meneptah was determined. He gathered provisions and prepared for his perilous journey. He was their only hope. He set out into the desert with a heavy heart but a resolute spirit. Days turned into weeks. Meneptah battled scorching sun and sandstorms that blinded. His determination never wavered. He followed ancient maps and followed the stars.
"I must find the tomb and lift the curse. The fate of Nefer depends on me."
Meneptah approached the tomb cautiously, his heart pounding in his chest. The air was thick with the weight of history and the unknown. Each step he took echoed through the silent corridors, a reminder of the countless souls who had walked these paths before him. He paid his respects to the ancient gods, bowing deeply before the statues that towered over him. Their stone eyes seemed to follow his every move, judging his worthiness to enter this sacred space. He asked for their protection, his voice a whisper in the vast emptiness. "Great gods," he murmured, "guide me and keep me safe from the perils that lie ahead." As he stepped across the threshold, a cold gust of wind slammed against him, almost knocking him off his feet. It was as if the tomb itself was warning him to turn back. The air grew heavy, filled with whispers and shadows that danced in the flickering torchlight. Each shadow seemed to tell a story, each whisper a warning of the dangers that lay ahead. The tomb's interior was breathtaking, a testament to the grandeur and power of the pharaohs. Every corner was filled with treasures and artifacts, each one telling a story of a time long past. Its walls were adorned with intricate hieroglyphs, each symbol meticulously carved to preserve the legacy of the pharaoh. The hieroglyphs seemed to come alive in the torchlight, their stories unfolding before Meneptah's eyes. They depicted the story of Pharaoh Saher's life and his quest for eternal life. Each scene was a chapter in the pharaoh's journey, a testament to his strength and determination. Deep within the tomb, Meneptah discovered the pharaoh's sarcophagus. It was a sight to behold, a masterpiece of ancient craftsmanship. It rested in a chamber of gold and precious stones, a fitting resting place for a king. The chamber was filled with treasures beyond imagination, each one a symbol of the pharaoh's power and wealth. As he neared the sarcophagus, a low rumble echoed through the tomb. The ground trembled beneath his feet, a sign that he had disturbed something ancient and powerful. Meneptah knew his presence had angered the spirit of Pharaoh Saher. He could feel the wrath of the ancient king, a force that threatened to consume him.
Great gods, protect me. He prayed fervently, his voice trembling with fear and determination. He knew that he had to find a way to appease the spirit and lift the curse that had befallen him. I must lift this curse for the sake of my people. With renewed resolve, he vowed to find a way to make peace with the spirit and ensure the safety of his people. The fate of his kingdom depended on it.